Holy crap, a whole month of no videos? Well, here I am. Where have I been? Honestly, I just wanted to live my life away from making YouTube videos, and plus, I started my senior year not too long ago. So yeah, that's just one of the reasons why I decided to move away for a little bit, but here I am. Anyways, hello everybody. Hope everyone is doing great today. In today's video, we'll be going over the upcoming updates for Blue River. Many of y'all are probably curious when's their next update. We'll spill it out after we go over everything they have shown. Oh yeah, by the way, I hope you guys really like this new microphone I just got like maybe about a month ago. Yeah, I decided to update this, so hopefully you guys like it. Anyways, let's cut the yapping and start showing off their sneak peeks. Alright, so we'll split everything off into different chapters. Chapter 1 is going to be the new rolling stock and locomotives, and Chapter 2 is about the new map expansion and a new yard we'll go over later. And Chapter 3 are the new features that may or may not come to Blue River. Those are the three major chapters I'll be discussing and sharing. At the end of the video, I'll summarize why this update is taking so long and when to expect the major drops since they issued a statement in late July. Let's go over and talk about the new locomotives and rolling stocks they have dropped. Well, just two locomotives basically. The new locomotives they have shown is the General Electric C30-7. Now they have not shown who owns the C30-7s for the Blue River Road in their own lore, but I'll assume it will be the Robloxia Valley Railroad. The next one was shown earlier this year, I believe in April 2026, which I actually thought this would come out to the May 2026 update, but it did not. That unit is the General Electric AC6000CW. This picture I'm showing you, which apparently we will have a special interest locomotive for the Blue River AC6000s, basically promoting the General Electric's beast engine that eventually failed over time. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the new locomotives they have shown. Let's go ahead and move on to the new rolling stock. There's two I'll be talking about. The first is two fairly new freight cars and four freight car varieties in different colors. Also one featuring to the center beams. The first is the loaded or empty coal hopper car. They've shown this I believe earlier this year, but Blue River doesn't have a coal mine. Spoiler alert, there will be one in this Grident update. The next one is another covered hopper, but this one is the 2-bay and has 16 different colors. 5 being the boxy hopper cars, and 11 the smooth design. Here's also the new colors that will be coming to Blue River for the rolling stock that's already in the game. Also, the center beam will have another variety load as well. And lastly, the freight car information showing off how much it can weigh for the entire car. That's all they have shown in this chapter, so let's move on to the next one. Here's the full map they've done in mid-2026. Also marking out who owns the line as well. Red is the Grident Industrial Rail Company that does all the industrial switching in the red rectangle they labeled. And the orange is the Longwood and Southern Railroad. I don't think it's bought up by the Blue River Road, but rather than just like a little class 3 fictional railroad they made. The rest that's unmarked is owned by Blue River and it runs on a single track. There isn't much photos on the LNS and the GI lines, but here's a few pictures of a small yard owned by the LNS and a few industrial businesses. That's all for the LNS and GI lines, so let's move on to the single track line that owned by Blue River. Here's a picture of a train rolling down a hill, kind of like their version of the Cajon Pass or the Pittsburgh line, mainly in a horseshoe curve area called the Blue River Falls. Here's also a shot of this train rolling by this fence protecting the train from rock slides. And here's a couple of other pictures showing off the sceneries, but you know, I'm not going to talk about much about it since these are nice sceneries. Oh yeah, here's also a new small yard as well. Not entirely sure where this is located, but somewhere like in the mountains of the Grident line. Another picture I wanted to point out is this picture. The left, I think it takes you to a coal mine, while on the right continues on to a major yard. I don't know. There's also going to be a new train station to come in as well. And last but not least, a new yard including a hump yard with 54 tracks. Here's a time lapse of the cars being moved down the hill. Something that amazes me is that it automatically switches to different tracks. Oh man, this is going to be concerning for the people who have horrible devices considering how huge the map is. Keep those concerns at the end of this video, so let's move on to the new features. Alrighty, there's not a ton of stuff I'll be talking about, but I do want to say something that will change the game a lot. And what do I mean by that? Well, imagine this. You're on the main line and all of a sudden, you see a train on the same track directly towards you. And you know, this person decides to become a menace and decides to put at notch 8, 70 miles an hour, and you set the emergency brakes and bam, you're on the ground. Now you gotta restart the entire lash up. And now, hopefully this feature will come to this Grident update. You will no longer collide with no one's trains anymore. Yeah, especially you, Mr. Ruff. Your fun times are over. Sick and tired of you always trying to mess up our operations every single time. Okay, let's move on from that. But that's all I have to say. I just want to make this huge point because considering the Grident line is going to be mostly a single track, I think this will cause a lot of problems if this feature wasn't added. So I'm pretty much glad that this kind of feature will be coming to this upcoming update. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. There's also going to be some new lighting and also a cruise controls to set what speed you're comfortable with. There's also new effects, sound effects, and new horns, so I'll let y'all listen to these.
B. R. Equipment Defect Detector. Milepost 125. You have a defect. Hotbox. Axle 70.
Okay, so that's all they have shown for the rest of the Grident update. So let's go ahead and talk about why it's taking so long. They made this long statement in late July going over why it's taking this long. I know you guys do not want to read it all, but I got you. I'm going to summarize what's going on. The reason why it's taking a little longer is because of the lack of developers, workload stress, and other reasons. They've wanted to make sure it works well for people who have devices that are super slow and could crash their game. Another developer who's also working on this update has been balancing college and other real-life responsibilities, taking their time away from developing, and the one who started experiencing a burnout after independently working on the Grident Map for 5 months. Now luckily, they have hired new developers to help out this update, so maybe it could speed this up a little bit. You may all be wondering when will they drop all of this. Don't take my word for this, as this could change after I finish this video. Their goal to drop this huge update could be in late September to early October as of July of 2026. That's the whole reason why this update is taking so long. Alright, personally, I don't think it's fair to blame the developers who've worked their butts off for this to happen. One is focusing on their college life, and one is exhausted from all the work he has put in for months. So I completely understand why it's taking a little longer. So keep your heads up, take your time, and give yourselves a break from this, because we all deserve breaks. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. I just want to give out a personal opinion about this. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Now I'm going to go outside and find a job, because that's what I really need. If you liked today's video, be sure to like and subscribe, as we are approaching 1,500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. And as always, take care.